check. Да, работает.
Check. Okay.
Check. Do you hear me? Yeah, cool. So we are starting in exactly 5 minutes. Just fasten your seatbelts. We are about to go.
Starting in 2 minutes, so take your seats. Check. All right. There's some strange echo. Can we turn down microphones, or it's going to be like that? All right. More more people streaming in. So please take your seats. There's still seats on the back. Okay, I think we can start now.
Yep.
All right. Hello, everyone. Hi there. We are very glad to see all of you here, and we want to welcome you to HackConf 2019. This is the 5th edition of HackConf. I am Radoslav Georgiev.
And I'm, of course, Ivail Bachvarov.
And before we kick things off, we have a few important things to say. So, first of all, for anyone who don't know where he or she is, this is HackConf 2019, a software development conference made by developers for developers. So, let's warm up with a big round of applause for HackConf. It will get better. It will get better.
Okay, and starting with the important announcements. The most important announcement, of course, is the Wi-Fi password. So everybody is asking, what is the Wi-Fi password? How can I connect to the Wi-Fi? It's not something secret. It is HackConf _, depending on your libraries, of course, 2019. No capital letter, no spaces, no nothing. HackConf _ 2019. This is so important because using the Wi-Fi, you can download the Identify app. We have an Identify event, so you can download it, join the event. There you can find a couple important things. First of all, the schedule. As you may notice, you don't have a printed schedule. So the schedule is going to be maintained and updated in the Identify app. The other important thing, you can subscribe to the feed there, so you can receive updates and important news about the event. And we have four plans there. So why 4 plans? Because this year, HackConf is deployed to 3 different floors. That's right. We have this floor and the other 2 floors down there in this magnificent venue, the National Park of Culture, or Palace of Culture, sorry, or how we call it, NDK.
Yep, so 3 floors. This is the 7th floor, hall number 3. This is the main track number 1. For the first time, we are running with 2 parallel tracks. This is very important. Track number 2 is going to be located to my left. Over there is hall 3.2. This is hall number 3, 3.2. It's important to know that the second track is going to start after the lunch break. So for now, we're all stuck here together. To my right is hall 3.1. This is the so-called overflow room. We're going to stream the second track in the overflow room. So in case there are no seats in 3.2, where the second track is, you can go to the overflow room, which is 3.1. And we have one more room, which is right behind us. And it's not 3.3, it's hall number 10. We're developers, we know that feeling. Hall number 10 is the so-called quiet room. The quiet room is a very special room. You can fix your Friday deploys there if you have to. You can take a nap, or you can just chill and relax. The only rule there is not to scream and not to have calls or any kind of loud activity. That's why it's called the quiet room. And the access to the quiet room is through the overflow room. And I will test you if you've been paying attention. What's the number of the overflow room? 3.2 or 3.1? 3 point? Come on, let's do it like a concert. 3 point? One more time. 3 point? Okay, I hope you remember this. Access to the quiet room is through the overflow room. And that's it. But
That's it about the overflow room, but in the 6th floor, there are a lot of interesting things happening. For example, there is a gifted urban pop-up shop, so you can buy some souvenirs from Sofia. That must be really interesting for the people that are coming outside Bulgaria to the event, so please enjoy. We have an interview zone, so Eddie and Georgi are going to roam the area there. You can leave feedback for the conference or just, speak some stuff there. If you see cameras, don't be shy, just go and say hi. So this is our interview zone. And of course, we have Chill Zone, the Experian Chill Zone. Thanks to our premium partners from Experian, there is a great place where you can cheat and be quiet too.
Yep. So that was 7th floor, 1 floor below 6th floor, and 1 floor below the 6th floor is, yes, you guessed it, is the 5th floor where our sponsors are. It's thanks to those sponsors that we can do HackConf for the 5th consecutive year, and every year our sponsors walk the extra mile to prepare really engaging and really interesting things for you, the attendees. So pay them a visit. I promise you it's going to be interesting. And last but not least, there's a coffee stand on the 5th floor.
After the coffee or before the coffee, you can enjoy our lunch, of course. The lunch is going to be served on this floor, so you're going to see when it's ready, or you're going to smell it, it depends. And about the water bottles, in your bags there should be water bottles. They are reusable, so there are some water dispensers all over the place. You can refill your bottle, don't throw it away. At the end of the conference, you can throw it in the yellow bin so we can keep our planet a little bit cleaner.
I think those are the important announcements that we had to make. And let's start. Let's start with our first keynote speaker, who's going to be Božidar Bacov. Božidar is well known for his contributions to various Ruby, Clojure, or Emacs Lisp open source projects. He's also holding the record for the most watched video from previous HackConfs. He's a beloved developer in Bulgaria and a great inspiration to all of us. So please, very big round of applause for Božidar Bacov.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. So I have just one question before we get started. Are you ready for HackConf? This is Bulgaria, not fucking Sweden. Are you ready? That's more like it. Okay, let's get this party started. So, somebody mentioned that I was entrusted the great honor of being the first keynote speaker. That's always such a big responsibility because it means the organizers have a great faith in my ability not to get drunk on a Friday night. And they sincerely believe that I'm the type of speaker who actually writes their presentations in advance and not on the day of the conference, because this would significantly limit my ability to prepare, right? In my case, this also means that they believe that I can learn English on a rather quick notice, because if I recall correctly, almost all of my talks in Bulgaria so far were in Bulgarian. Because, you know, this is the language of the greatest philosophers that exist, a language that is so expressive, so eloquent. You cannot beat it. Some people can beat it, and some people are totally unbeatable. But yeah, I think that I was doing better than them in Bulgarian. I'm not certain how good will I do in English, but I'll give it my best shot. I'm very, very excited to be here on one hand because this is my third appearance at HackConf. On another hand, so many good things were said about me just now that I'm a little bit worried and quite anxious, to be honest, because it seems that I have quite the shoes to fill, and my shoes today are rather tiny, which is not quite random. Okay, so 5 years ago, I was here, 5 events ago, I was here to speak about the books that every programmer must read. I promised at my talk that I was going to follow it up with a blog post so people can quickly refer to all the books. I still have to write this blog post. I started writing it last night, and I'm not even joking. next year, I spoke how we can teach ourselves programming in something like 10 plus years. But this talk got the dubious award of being the longest talk in the history of conferences. I remember that Radu told me, do anything you want to do, and I think I did something that was 2.5 hours long. Maybe today I'm going to break my record, despite the 40-minute time box. I just didn't bother to tell Radu and Ivo about this, because I knew that they would probably kill me. So they say that third time is a charm, so we'll see. My name is still Bujidar, and you are still the only audience in the world who can perfectly read and pronounce this, which is quite convenient for me. I have learned recently that my name has been trending abroad, especially in Ukraine, where people are naming bars and clubs after me. So I'm going up in the world, which is good. I'm still the VP of engineering of TopTal, and you still probably don't care about this at all, so that's okay. I still do a lot of open source work. Radu mentioned some of my projects, so boring. Still the greatest editor in the world. That's not boring. That's very important. One thing that's kind of new is that this year, for the first time, I bothered to produce some swag. So find me after my talk. I have stickers, I have some badges. I think that they're kind of neat. My social handle is still this one, although I just deleted my Instagram profile, and this is the first bit of wisdom from my talk today for you. Delete your Instagram. Afterwards, delete your Facebook as well. Free yourselves from the shackles of society. I still write about Emacs, although not as frequently as before. But last year, exactly on this day, I started a new blog about programming, and I have been rather active there, so you can check it out. And normally, somewhere around here, I would cut my presentation and switch to the actual presentation. But recently, I started to learn some new interesting things about myself that I feel are important to share with you. You probably remember what happened with the National Revenue Agency and the clusterfuck around leaking all of the financial records of all of our compatriots. After this, there was one article saying that the prime suspect, I believe his name was Christian Dobrev or something like this, was not even on the list of the top 10 Bulgarian white hackers. Whatever this means. Surprisingly for me, I was number 7 on this list. Surprisingly, mostly because, as you can see, I'm not very white. But that's one thing. So this is the article, rather short. I'll highlight some of the important things that I learned about myself from there. First, I learned that my name was spelled rather differently in Bulgarian. Interesting. I also finally learned how do you say Stack Overflow in Bulgarian. That this was definitely challenging and enlightening. I learned that I was an expert in cybersecurity, even though I know absolutely shit about cybersecurity. But still, I'm flattered. I learned that I was an expert in the following programming languages: Unix, Emacs, Perl, and Ruby. And